Good morning everyone. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dr. P. Bujamma, lecturer in zoology, JMJ College, Tenali. Today we are going to discussing about induced breeding in fishes. That is the topic. In this topic, the outlines are introduction, history, purpose of induced breeding, techniques, spawning and fertilization, factors, advantages, conclusions. These are the outlines in my topic. Here it is the introduction. What is the introduction? Induced breeding is a technique whereby ripe fish breeds are stimulated by pituitary or other synthetic hormone introduced to breed in captive condition, and then the stimulation promotes timely release sperms and eggs from ripe gonads of the fish. Second one is the historical background. In this, the technique of induced breeding was first evolved in Argentina after producing pituitary extract by B. A. Hasse in the year of 1930. After that, the Brazilians was the first country to develop a technique for hypophyzation in the year of 1934. And then in India, first attempt to induce spawn of calves by administering mammalian pituitary extract made by the scientist Hamid Khan in the year of 1938, but he failed. Later, the scientists Chowdhury and Ali Kuni in the year of 1957 succeeded in making Labiorhita, Sirhinus brigala, Sirhinus reba, Labiobata and Puntius sarona to breed by injecting them with fish pituitary extract. Next one is the induced breeding. It is the artificial process by means of which the extract of the pituitary is introduced inside the body of both the mature male and then the female fishes. Then after being excited, they lay eggs in the pond water and subsequently fertilization takes place. And the process is called as the induced breeding. Generally, it is also called as the hypophyzation technique. Why induced breeding is used in aquaculture ponds? Because induced breeding is a technique where organism is stimulated by particular hormone or other synthetic hormone or by providing condition introduced to breed in captive condition, and then the stimulation promotes timely release of sperms and eggs from ripened gonads of the fish. Need of induced breeding. Here, because of lack of environmental conditions like photoperiod, rain, temperature, currents of water, and then insufficient release of hormones in captive condition and then finally insufficient of natural foods. These are the reasons for the selection of induced breeding in aquaculture ponds. In this picture shows the natural water bodies, that means rivers. In olden days, generally the fish farmers are collected eggs from the river waters. These sites are suitable for the collection of fish seed, but it is difficult, and here different types of fish seed is present. So unwanted fishes or fish seed also present. To avoid these problems, the technique hypophyzation technique is implemented in aquaculture ponds. And then the next point is the culture ponds are too far from the rivers. The transportation is also difficult. So avoid all these problems, induced breeding technique is implemented in aquaculture ponds. In this induced breeding technique, there are seven important steps are present, that are the collection of gland, preservation, preparation, preservation of pituitary extract, selection of brooders, injection given to the brooders, doses of pituitary extract, and then the spawning and fertilization. These are the important steps present in the technique. one is the collection of pituitary gland. First of all, what is the pituitary gland, where it is present, what is the use of this gland, discussed in this. Location of the pituitary gland. Here, pituitary gland is also known as the hypophysis. This gland in fishes is located at sella torsica of sphenoid bone. It is situated on the ventral side of the brain, just behind the optic chiasma and below the hypothalamus. Here, these are the diagrams shows the brain of the fish. It is the dorsal side and then it is the ventral side. In ventral side, here the pituitary gland is present. It is the pituitary gland. Collection of pituitary gland. Generally, the pituitary gland is collected from the donor fishes. In India, IMC fishes are the donor fishes. What is the meaning of IMC? It means Indian major carps. Generally, the fishes Katla, Labiorohita, and then the Sirhinus mrigala, these are the carps, Indian major carps. Generally, these fishes are used as donor fishes in the pituitary gland collection. However, common carp is most preferable because of its easy raising. The glands from fresh and fully ripe donors are used. From the collection of a pituitary gland, there are two methods are present. That is the removal of gland through foramen magnum. Second one is the removal of gland by dissecting head. The first method is used in the aquaculture ponds. Here the image shows collection of pituitary gland from the head of the fish. It is a wooden plank. In this plank, the fish head is fixed. After that, it is cut with the help of the sharp knife, and finally, with the help of fine needle, the brain removed. From the brain, the pituitary gland is removed gently. This process is very important. Here, it is the fish head. In this region, pituitary gland is present. These instruments are used for the collection of pituitary gland. And next step is the preservation and storage of pituitary gland. Here, the collected glands are stored in alcohol because of dehydration. After each 24 hours, 100% alcohol is changed for further dehydration. Generally, the glands are stored in a refrigerator up to 3 years. Next one is the preparation of gland extract. The extract of the gland prepared just before the injection. Gland weighed and homogenized in distilled water or 0.3% saline. After that, final volume should be 0.2 ml per kg body weight of the fish. And then it is centrifuged at the supernatant. Generally, supernatant used as a injection. The image shows the extract preparation. Here in this test tube, the stored pituitary glands are present. These are collected and weighed. After that, it is homogenized in a mortar and pestle with the help of 0.7% sodium chloride solution. The fine paste is present. After that, it is centrifuged with the help of centrifuger, and the supernatant is collected and it is injected to the fishes. It is the extract preparation. Next one is the selection of brooders for induced breeding. It is the important step. Here, brooders must having the following characters. What are they? They are the brooders should be healthy, fully ripe and medium sized. And then the age group of 2 to 4 years and have the weight about 1 to 5 kgs. These are suitable for induced breeding. Large sized breeders are avoided for difficulty in handling. And then doses of the hormone should be calculated according to the protocols. Here, these are the brooders. It is the female fish and it is the male fish. The brooders are, that means male and female fishes are shows some differences that are the female fish must smooth pectoral fin, abdomen is soft and bulging, pinkish vent. The vent of fully ripe female is slightly elevated. These characters having the female fish. The male fish is having the following characters: rough pectoral fin, abdomen is smooth and not bulging, vent not pinkish, and then the whitish secretions called milt come out on pressing the vent. These differences are present between the male and female brooders. Next step is the injection to the breeders. In this there are two methods are present, that are the intramuscular, second one is the intraperitoneal. In this the needles, the following needles are also used. Here it is the intramuscular injection. Here the fish is laid on its side and needle is inserted either in caudal peduncle or into shoulders. It is the intramuscular injection. Second method is intraperitoneal. The injections are given to the base of the paired pectoral lines here. Next step is the dosage of pituitary extract. Here female given by 2 doses. The initial dose 2 to 3 ml per kg body weight. Resolving dose, final dose 6 to 8 milligrams per body weight. Whereas in males, male given only 1 dose at the time of the second dose given to female, that is the 2 to 3 milligrams per kg body weight. For females of Indian major carps, one initial and after 5 to 6 hours final dose given. Next one is the spawning and fertilization. Here what is the meaning of spawning and what is the meaning of fertilization? Here after injecting the breeders, a set of brooders are released into the breeding hoppers. These brooders are release sperms and eggs. The male one release milk and female one release the eggs. It is called as the spawning. The size of the here these male and female breeders are released into a hopper. Generally the hoppers are having the following parameters, that is the 3 into 5 meters, and then the height of hopper should remain above the level of the water, and then the spawning tanks placed within 3 to 6 hours after final injection. The fertilized eggs are transparent, pear-like, whereas unfertilized eggs are opaque or whitish in color. Here it is the hopper. Generally hoppers are held in culture ponds. These are held in waters with the help of 4 bamboo sticks. These are the bamboo sticks. Here it is made up of cotton mesh-like netted cloth. With the help of these, the hoppers are held in waters. In this hopper, it is the upper layer is flexible to open. After injecting the fishes or brooders, they are placed in hoppers, and after that the upper side is closed because of they are excited and prevent the jumping. It is the hopper. Beside this, there is a other technique is present, that is called as the stripping method or artificial insemination. Here it is the artificial insemination. It is the female one, it is the male one. Generally by the stripping of fish's abdomen gently, they oozes the eggs and sperm and then milk. It is called as the stripping method or artificial insemination. This method is also used in the aquaculture. spawns. After spawning, generally the spawn is collected with the help of hand net and it is transferred into a Chinese hatchery. It is the Chinese hatchery. In this hatchery, generally the water is rotated and then the spawn is released into the Chinese hatchery. In this Chinese hatchery, the spawn is hatching and then within 3 to 4 days the size of fish is increased. That is called as the fingerlings. And then the factors influencing induced breeding. Here the climatic conditions, that means temperature should be 24 to 32 degrees centigrade with cloudy day and rainy periods. And then the water parameters. Always the water is flowing. And then the turbidity. Here, what is the meaning of turbidity? The purity of water. The water is must having 100 to 1000 milligrams per liter. And then the light. For early maturation and the spawning and finally dissolved oxygen. Here, not should less than 5 ppm per liters. These are the parameters. And then the advantages of induced breeding. Here, the seed spawn is timely available. Its availability from natural sources is quick, uncertain, and then the purpose and then the pure spawn of desired species is made available. The spawn obtained from the rivers are not pure. They are mixed with the spawns of other species and sorting of a pure seed from the mixed spawn is not possible. And then the next one is any quantity of pure spawn can be made available. And then several carps attain sexual maturity in ponds but they do not breed in confined water. Such fish can be subjected to induced breeding and spawn can be collected. And then it is economical to obtain a spawn from induced breeding experiments in comparison to its collection from the riverine sources. And then the induced breeding technique is very simple and can be learned even by a layman. Finally, the conclusion. Due to uncertainty of fish seed resources from natural river system, most of the farmers depends upon the hatcheries for collection of fry and fingerlings by induced breeding. The optimum number of fry and fingerlings produced in the hatchery is highly depends upon the induced breeding of breeders. So, the fish should be very much sensitive to the agent which is to be induced breeding hypervision technique. Thank you one and all for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.